Here's some quick, easy, non-expensive ways to make your house feel more cozy and inviting for this summer. When you live alone or when you don't have the more traditional family, it can feel like it can be hard to drum up the energy or their motivation to put some time and effort into making your home the space that you'd like it to be. Some people do this really naturally, and then others, like me, struggle with this a little bit more, especially when during those grief times I can tell myself, what's the point? I'm the only one that's ever going to see it anyway. I can't be bothered. All of those things that, while I act on those thoughts sometimes, ultimately I know that isn't the best thing, and that I generally not only feel better, but I enjoy my surroundings more when I put a little effort and I take some time to make my home feel bright, energetic, and more cozy. I also think when we are switching seasons, it's a really good opportunity to reset and rethink, what do we want our space to look like? How do we want to be taking care of ourselves? How do we want to be prioritizing ourselves? I'm also realistic in that when you're going through grief, this stuff is really hard. And the idea that you're going to put in a ton of effort and a ton of time can sometimes almost be a non-starter. Like the feeling that it takes so much effort can feel so overwhelming that it prevents people from even starting. So if you relate to that and that's you, I want to give you some quick, simple, easy, non-expensive ways in which you can spruce up your home. One of the things that really influenced this video is I am not a great interior designer. I am not great at those kinds of things. And really, when I was in the thick of the grief, this person had no idea what I was going through. And they described my home as frat house chic. And I couldn't say that it was wrong. I had my home, I had rooms where I had no furniture in it. I hadn't decorated it. I hadn't really remodeled any piece of it. I didn't have anything on the walls. It really was just this space that I went to sleep in, I worked in, and kind of thought, this is an investment financially, but what's the point in putting any effort into it? It's just me. Now, as I've gotten a little further away from that mindset, it can kind of be fun to create a space in which I feel good in and I can feel proud around. So here we go. The first one is use some flowers in order to brighten up your space. Flowers really can help you feel like you want to be in the space. They can bring you joy. They can give you something visually appealing to look at, and also they can be cheap. One of my favorite flowers that I like to buy are sunflowers. Really, we think about sunflowers as these big, bold, bright yellow flowers. They remind me of summer just because of the name, quite frankly, and like the colors of them. Sunflowers can also come in like a nice, like reddish, orangish. Sunflowers can also come in a nice reddish or orangish. I'm having trouble saying that word. I've tried to say it like 5 times, so I'm just plowing through it now. A color, and you can find these at the supermarket. So think about sunflowers if you aren't sure where to start. The other thing I like about sunflowers is that they're big and bold. If you have other suggestions for different flowers that are your favorite that you'd like to put in your home, put them in the comments below, so then other people who might not even have thought about what's their favorite flower have a place to go. Find some flowers and put some fresh flowers in your home throughout the summer. The next thing that I want to talk about are buy some wind chimes. This is one that really kind of reminds me of when I was a kid. My parents, probably more particularly my dad, loved wind chimes. We always had them out on the back porch. I have memories of just like being in the house and it being summertime off school with the wind chimes going. They're pretty, they're whimsical, they're fun, they're inviting. Think about putting some wind chimes out there. The music of it can help put you in a nice space without much effort. The other thing is there's lots of different types of wind chimes out there. So a lot of times we think about like the circular like cylinders that hang down, but there's lots of other ones out there. So it could even be fun finding a set of wind chimes that really matches your personality. So consider some wind chimes. That's kind of like an old school tip. I feel like they were like really popular back in the 80s, 90s, but I don't see them as much now. The next thing that I would put out there is having a bowl of lemons in your kitchen. Not only are they visually appealing, but they can lend off a nice aroma if they are real. They're cheap. If you cook with them, then it's perfect. Then you just are buying the ingredient that you're going to use anyway. If you don't want to buy lemons because you don't use them and you don't want them to go to waste, you can also buy some really good fake ones because, again, it's just the pop of color that we're looking for, particularly in your kitchen, but you can put them anywhere. I've also heard that having a pop of yellow or a splash of yellow in a room is meant to be really good luck. So, really easy way to put some good luck into your space. One of the things that I do when I have fake lemons is you can buy like aroma sprays for the kitchen, and sometimes I'll even just spray some of that there. And there's something about the freshness, the crispness of a lemon scent, and it really reminds me of the summer that I like to do. So, a bowl of lemons. The next one is think about some plants. I have some plants in my house. I had a time where I was like, I'm gonna get into the hobby of having some plants, and I'm gonna buy a bunch and I'm going to read up on them. I'm gonna take care of them. I'm gonna have this whole routine. It was almost like this spurt of energy that I had randomly one day. And I did that, and I realized I'm not going to put that level of energy into it. So now what I do is I buy the plants that are really easy to take care of / hard to kill. I really like these. They actually go along really well with what I'm looking for anyway, because these are the plants that are usually big, really leafy, green, so that like nice fresh pop of color of the greenness is in there. I also really find succulents. I know succulents are really popular, but the succulents that I really like are the ones that hang or drape. I have pearl, I think it's called, like a pearl succulent that I really like. Need some sun, but again, these are really easy to take care of, and it just adds something to your home that makes it more personalized, and it's fun. If you want a new hobby, then this one could be one that you dive into as well. So where do you buy these? You know, you can go to nurseries and you can get things there. When I first bought the first set of plants, I went to IKEA and they had a huge variety. The other thing that I really like about these big plants is the pots. You can be really creative and fun and bright and bold with that as well. They have bright colors, or you can get really interesting ones visually, hanging plants, sometimes like the shelves that you put plants on. So you can actually really be pretty creative with it. And I found it to be something that I've enjoyed doing. Okay, the next one is a little more unconventional, but some twinkle lights in your house. We do this around the holidays. We do this around the Christmas holidays for many people, where we will put lights up. We might put lights on a tree. They might be twinkling. We might put them around our window because we like it. Oftentimes we look forward to it. People who want to start decorating just months ahead of Christmas because they really enjoy this type of look. When you live alone, and you don't have kids around thinking that, oh, this now means it's Christmas, we have a little more flexibility. For example, I have a smaller fake Christmas tree. While I didn't keep all of the ornaments on it, in fact, I don't really even put ornaments on it because, again, I was like, well, why bother? But this year maybe I'll do something different because I think ornaments can be fun. But all that to say, I kept the tree up and had the lights on it because I really enjoyed putting the tree on at night when I was at home relaxing. And whether it was Christmas time or not, didn't matter to me. If you like that, continue to do that no matter what time of year it is. The other thing is, I recently stayed at an Airbnb and she had lights that would twinkle, and she had them hanging from the ceiling to the floor on 3 walls of the room, and then she had this like shimmery like drape over it, and it looks so cool. It looks so pretty. It was like a fairyland. I loved it. I thought to myself, I wonder how I could make this happen in my house. So if you have like an apartment or a smaller space, that might be something you want to consider and look at because it's fun and you can. The next thing I would think about is ways to incorporate some bright, bold color into your home. Ways that I do this in my home are blankets, maybe some pops of color in the furniture, pictures, pillows, things like that. Think about what your favorite colors are and go buy some things in that color and put them around your home, because why not? The final thing is, and this is just something I would say whether it's summertime or not, is photographs. Even if you live alone, even if you don't have kids, even if you don't have a partner, it's okay to put up photographs of you. It doesn't make you look like a loser. It doesn't make you look pathetic to have photographs of you up in your home, especially if they are photographs of memories or places that you enjoy doing. If they bring a smile to your face, maybe they're photographs of you and your pet. Put them up. Who gives a rip what somebody else might think? And P.S., they're probably not thinking that. They're probably thinking, oh, that looks like a really cool time. Or, oh, look at that really cute picture of them and their pet. So put the pictures up. In my home, I have a lot of pictures of myself and Gavin because he brings me joy. I love to see his smiling face. It makes me happy. And it's my home, and I'm going to do what makes me happy in it. Those are some quick, easy, inexpensive ways in which you can cozy up your home for the summer in particular. Let me know what I missed in the comments. Also, let me know which one or maybe more that you're going to do. If you're in a really hard time, choose one and do it. You don't have to do them all. Commit to yourself that you're going to do one. Know that I'm doing it too, and so you're not alone. And let me know how it went. Subscribe to Sandra's Sisterhood for more videos for the single and childless, not by choice person. Curled up in a little ball, a little Great Dane ball. I love it.